If you want to like go from Katy to the university, you're gonna have to go really, really early, because I-10 traffic is the worst, and that's probably the worst way to go is I-10 to the university. They actually made like the highway like 8 lanes in one direction. It's like a 16-lane highway now or something. So it might be a little bit better, but that traffic is really bad.
So just wake up early.
Even if you wake up at 4:30, you're probably still going to get traffic.
Yeah, it's like,
You'll have to find where you can kind of slip through the traffic. You know, some people have to be at work at 8, some people have to work at 9. So, 8:45, you might just get through at 40 minutes. But some days it'll be really bad.
Yeah, because Katy is a good, I would say, what, 30 minutes longer than it takes to get there from Sugar Land?
Yeah, at least.
And you heard what her time was.
Oh, wow.
45 minutes to an hour and a half. So you're looking at 2 hours
Oh, man.
sometimes.
And if there's an accident,
Forget about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you might as well just turn around and eat from McDonald's or something. Get off the highway because you're not going anywhere.
Thank you.
yeah, Amanda, did your coursework, your studies, did they get you out into the city? Museums, examples of architects' work? I mean, did you use Houston as a laboratory while you were there?
Not as much as I would have liked. I did take a history of Houston class with Beachmar's wife. I don't remember her name.
Celeste Williams.
Right. But that was like a walking tour, and that was really interesting because you get out on a Friday and you walk to the historical landmarks of Houston, where it was founded and what buildings are important. But every year in studio we had a real site and you go to it. But what I found most is like you go to it, take a bunch of pictures, do a bunch of measurements, and kind of moan and groan about it. And then you go to lunch and have a margarita, and it's all better. I don't feel like my studio really emphasized getting out in the city and knowing your site as much as you would if you're doing a real project. Because we would kind of go, like I said, go take pictures, measure it, then leave. And if we needed to know where a manhole was, we'd go back. But we didn't go to the neighboring restaurants or find more information about it.
There's a lot of new development in the past 10 years in like inner city Houston. They've got the rail system or built.
Right.
Are they expanding the rail system? Are they expanding? So you said that they are renovating neighborhoods around.
Right, they are.
Around the university.
There's a lot of renovation going on in downtown because there's a lot of abandoned stuff. The rail is expanding, but it's probably not expanding as far as you want. You probably could find a house, near the rail, but I don't think the rail goes close enough to the university yet to get you there. I think the university line is on the books, but it's not under construction yet, as far as I know.
Also, there's a lot of abandoned buildings. That kind of vernacular environment. That kind of environment is attractive. Yeah.
Take a road trip, go downtown, take I-10 to 45 to 59, get off the highway, just drive around.
Yeah, it's been about 4 years, but I was spending a lot of time just downtown for like conferences and stuff. But it's changed a lot.
Yeah, Main Street.
One more thing. What's cost?
Cost, when I was there, which was 5 years ago, I guess, I'd say it's like $5,500 a semester for tuition, and then room and board wherever you make it. And then, your books, your architecture book. I don't know if I might have not, I might have skipped over this. Your structures book is like, and then environmental systems book is like this big. It's going to cost you like $300. So if you find the idiot that's willing to sell it, buy it, but don't sell yours back because you can use it later.
There it was, that
Yeah.
last item.
Don't sell your book back and leave the tabs in it. Your professor will tell you what pages are important and what pages to tab. Don't take them out. Leave them in. They're really important. I wish I would have brought them in, but it's in Houston. But there's like multicolor brought my portfolio with me. Honestly, I don't think my portfolio helped me get the job at all. I think it was my recommendation. I got a recommendation from a friend, and they were like, "Oh, well, do you know how to do blah 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 blah?" And I said, "No, I don't, but I'm willing to learn and I'm willing to work really hard." And you know, you're on a probationary period for 3 months, where if they don't like you, you say, "Oh, you know, it's time for you to leave." So when I got to Kirksey, which is the name of the company, for 2 weeks I was cleaning people's desks, and it really sucked. And we use a program called ArchiCAD. Do y'all use ArchiCAD here? ArchiCAD, learn how to use it. It's like it's like a Revit, but as far as I'm concerned, it's way easier. It's 3D modeling. You know, you tell it what type of wall you want, break veneer, and you draw it, and it's there. And that's what we use professionally. It imports and exports ArchiCAD, so you can get stuff from structural engineers. You can import your structure into it, and it's really compatible with other programs and views. But while I was there for 2 weeks, that's what I was learning to do, was learning how to use ArchiCAD and cleaning people's desks. But once I got put on the job, you know, people see how hard you work, or if you don't work hard, or if you're on Facebook at 3 p.m. drinking coffee. Once you get put on a job, and they don't like you, they're just going to say, "Oh, we don't need you the next week," and you're going to go from job to job to job to job, you know, and you're just going to be sending a red line. You're just going to be picking up red lines forever.
I'm sorry, what are red lines?
Red line. Red lines. Everybody's favorite. Okay, so when you print out a drawing, and there's a bunch of mistakes, so your boss is just going to bleed all over it with their red pen, all the mistakes that you made, and then they're going to get back to you and you have to fix them all.
That's a red line set.
Yeah. And if I can think about it, next time I come in, I'll ask my old company to give me a red line set. I wish I would have it, but I don't. And probably couldn't even show it anyways because I work on a confidential job. But you're just going to be picking up, you know, at the last minute. It's kind of like school. At the last minute, you're scrambling to get your construction set out, where they're going to charge you $1 million a day. So they bring on a bunch of people to help them out, to fix their red lines on their details and their wall section.
So you don't want to be that guy?
No, you want to be the guy that does the work and does it right, so you get to actually do some designing, you can do some client interaction. You call the engineer and say, "Hey, you know,
That's the
this
fun
is
part.
my work."
That's the fun part.
Right.
So it sounds like you just took your work ethic that you had at university, and you just transferred that over to your
Right. I really, you know, they're going to look at your portfolio, but unless you're applying to be a designer, it's not really that important. You know, it's your personality, it's your work ethic. Do you get to work early? Do you leave work late? You know.
Can you describe the different positions that are in an architecture firm?
I worked for a company who had, I think it was 12 teams. So I was on the renovation team. There's renovation, commercial, interiors, design. So basically the renovation team, we did all the, you know, the old buildings, the old guts. But in our team, there was a structure, I'd say like 3 people, 3 or 4. There's like your intern, which was me in the beginning. There's your, what do they call them? Associate, which would be like the guy that did the majority of the work. And then there's his boss, which was the vice president. And I think it's different probably everywhere. So your associate does most of the communicating with the engineers and client, and then, you know, if you're lucky, they'll drag you onto a meeting so you can take notes.
What position are you interested in your professional life right now? Like, what do you want to do?
Probably my answer, but right now I'm a mom. I don't work. I had worked my way up. If I would have stayed, I would have been invited to be an associate. I worked really heavily on the construction side, so I did a lot of engineering interaction. I did a lot of coordinating with engineers. I was on site a lot, site visits, site reports. I was on a first name basis with the construction manager of the construction company. That's really where I focused my efforts on.
And site reports are just things, can you describe that?
Okay, it's like a we had these floating lavatories designed. And the structure was hidden in the wall, and then these tube steel came out and held the lavatory, right? They put these in backwards, so the floating lavatory had a bunch of holes sticking out in the front, so it wouldn't even be accessible by wheelchair. So I'm like, that is not right. And they're like, oh no, we put it in there. You check the shop drawings. Shop drawings are basically what they give you when they're manufactured drawings. So you check them and make sure they're going to make it right. They're like, oh no, we made sure it's going to do it. And so I'm leaving. I'm like, really, that's not right. So I called my boss like 30 minutes later. I'm like, they put them in backwards. The men's is in the women's, and the women's is in the men's. And they're like, there's no way. That's going to cost money. I'm like, no, that's not my fault. You put the men's lavatory in the women's restroom. Like that was the type of stuff that I focused my efforts on, was fixing contractor mistakes.
Yeah. You mentioned the double major in environmental development. Design. How is that related to the architecture program? Is that like sustainability or?
The environmental design is kind of misleading. That would be their 4-year, essentially their 4+2. If you're going to go for your 4-year Bachelor of Science and then your Master's, that's what you would get as your environmental design degree. It's basically the same thing, essentially, but you only go through 3rd year, I think. And then you're done.
Which do you think is more beneficial, like the double major or the minor in construction management?
As a professional, I would say construction management, because the math classes that I took, I didn't do very good in them, and I didn't use them as a professional. I mean, if that's the type of stuff that you're interested in, if you want to be a designer, that environmental design.
So we're approaching time. Well, we're actually at time. Any other questions about U of H or Amanda's experience there, or transferring? Any questions or thoughts?
So they fixed the lavatory?
Yeah.
Success. That was always her aha moment. All right. Anything else? Good. Well, so I think that, what we're doing is we're trying now to give you as broad a brush view as possible. And what I love very much about the presentations is that it also shows that within the academic discipline as a whole, as Amanda is speaking to her area, and I don't know when you knew that about yourself, when you knew, because I think that when you were here, I thought of you as much as a designer as anyone. But inevitably at certain points in your career, each of you starts to find an area of specialization.
Depending on where you work in Houston, there's a really gigantic diversity of firms in Houston, a lot more than you do.
Yes.
Depends on if you can be the designer that designs it and follows it through. But where I work, you handed it off to designers, they gave it back to you, and you told them what you wanted fixed. That was just how it worked.
It is a big part of giving back to
Thank you
SAC.
for having me.
All right.